Hello everyone and welcome to GoldenNova's First Reacts, where I react first to all the things you want to see reacted to first, as long as I'm the first person you come to react to things first. Forbidden Crown has been revealed for Burst Protocol, and when you see a card with Forbidden in the name, you know something's going down. Now, it's not always good, Forbidden Scripture has taught us that, but with a whole infrastructure for Forbidden quick play spell cards centering around just top 10 woman in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's be honest. Things are going to get pretty spicy, and people have been gassing this up online. Now, I haven't seen it yet because I was at work the whole time, and so I, shut my phone off, tuned it out, and then ran back here, and now it's time to take a look at what Forbidden Crown has to offer. And also, just love seeing more updates to the whole Darklord, the canon stuff. It's just a cool lore thing that I'm glad we get to explore more. We see that the Forbidden Crown is the one that's being worn by the new Morningstar fusion monster, which I think is pretty sick. Let's go ahead and check it out. It is a quick play spell card, thank goodness. Forbidden Crown, you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Neither player can activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. Apply these effects to one face-up monster on the field until the end of the turn. That is 6 bullet points. Okay. Its effects are negated. It can't attack. It can't be destroyed by battler card effects. It's unaffected by other cards' effects except its own. It can't be tributed, and it can't be used as material for a fusion, synchro, Caesar, link summon. Rituals are fine, though. Rituals are totally fine. You can... Oh, I guess... No, never mind. It can't be attributed. My bad. I lied. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is just an interesting catch-all card. So, there's a mix of beneficial and detrimental effects on Forbidden Crown here, but that's actually pretty normal, right? Each Forbidden spell is kind of a trade-off between a downside and an upside. Forbidden Lance has a huge attack debuff, but makes the monster immune to spell and trap effects for the turn, so... because it doesn't care who you can hit with it, the fact that it has a downside and an upside means that you choosing when to use it effectively makes all of the downsides moot. As long as you use it properly, it's actually the benefit whenever you want it to be. Forbidden Lance is spell and trap protection for your monsters whenever they're about to be hit by a big removal spell, but they're also a combat trick. An 800 debuff is not nothing. Kind of the inverse for Forbidden Chalice, the other really popular one to use. The monster gets a 400 attack buff, but it becomes a vanilla monster for the turn, and sometimes the attack boost is negligible in the face of stopping whatever that effect was. And to be fair, 400 is not really that much, so I don't expect many people use it to boost their own monster, but you can do it if you need to. Forbidden Crown, in much the same way, does a lot of... its effects are negated, so it's also just... It's Chalice without the attack boost, and it can't attack, so you can use that to stop your opponent's cards, but on the flip side, it can be destroyed, and it's unaffected by activated effects. So, once again, if your opponent has a monster that you are worried is going to mess with all of your stuff, hit them with it during their own turn, and then they're blanked, they can't hit you with it, they can't use it as material for anything. It's unaffected by stuff, but if you weren't going to hit it anyway and it was just a dinky little monster, you wouldn't worry about any of those protections anyway. And then if it's your own turn and your opponent's going to interact with stuff, you just hit it with your own crown and keep it safe. Now, the downside here is that negation. If you were trying to push a monster through, it'll stay safe, but if you're trying to get the effect to proc, you're not going to get that. So this is a little less useful when it comes to protecting your own monster. But there are times where you don't necessarily need to use the effects of the monster. Maybe it's during your opponent's turn and they're trying to wipe you out, and it's better for you to keep your own monster safe from interaction than it is to stop one point of your opponent's engine. This is... I think we have to understand this is a good card. It does have the once per turn activation limit, which is, I don't think, standard across all the Forbidden spells. You can play as many Chalices and Lances during the same turn as you want. But this just does so many things by itself. It's hard to think that it's just not... it wouldn't see play, right? It's also interesting that neither player can activate monster effects in response to this card's activation. I'm completely skipping over all of that right now. Or I had been. So monster interaction doesn't care about this, and neither player can like try to cheat a monster effect in before this resolves to make it work. So if you're trying to stop something from activating, even in the first place, you can just keep your opponent from having any monster-based follow-up. This is kind of schnasty. And we can't rule out the fact that we just had those new Dark World cards, and those specifically help out with forbidden cards. Let's see if they're on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro deck really quickly. See if that's been updated, because I want to get some exact text on here. Okay, Golgata's in here. There is Pleasure, great fusion spell still, but that's not necessarily here. Jehudi, here we go. So we got Golgata, we got Jehudi. Let's double check our text here. Golgata, This card is sent to the graveyard. A little bit. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add a Darklord card or a Forbidden Quick spell from your deck to your hand, accept a copy of this card. So hey, we have a searcher for this. Jehudi does something as well. You can banish this card from your graveyard, target a Darklord card or a Forbidden Quick Play spell in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So we have ways to recycle this. We have ways to search this out. Oh, wow! And then, of course, if you want like additional like targets for all of these effects, Forbidden Droplets I still hold, and I don't think this is a controversial take. Forbidden Droplets is still a fantastic-ass card. It hits multiples. It lets you trade cards out of your own field or hand, so if you have graveyard triggers, it can help those out. It also has attack power. Like, it's still pretty good, so playing these together would not be terrible. And if you're playing the Darklord stuff that gets access to them, these make a great complement for each other. Yeah, this is just a really cool ass card. I'm digging the design here. This is going to be a staple for a bit. Yeah, I'm just going to put it out. No qualifiers. This is in contention for deck space. You have to consider if Forbidden Crown is going to be good for the format, just because it does 6 things, and I would argue that each and every one of them is completely relevant. The game is dominated by monster effects. Attacking is how you win games most of the time. Resisting destruction just limits a bunch of interaction. Same thing with not operating with activated card effects, and then stopping an ability for a monster to be used as material for a variety of summons helps lock out other monsters that would generally be used to propel a strategy forward. This card is unbelievable. It's unreal. So yeah, I think that's the final say on the matter. Lots of utility. Monsters can't respond whenever you activate it, so it pushes through a bunch of stuff. But let me know down below what you think. Are there any interactions with this card that are super spicy? Is making a monster unaffected by activated abilities going to cause some weird interactions with stuff? Making it so it can't be attributed. Does it get around any weird restrictions? And what matchups are you excited to use this against? I imagine there's quite a few that this is going to give you the leg up on. Let me know down below, and as always, until the next time Konami drops some juicy spoilers, I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye. Today's episode is brought to you by Dragon Shield. Get the sleeves as strong as dragon scales and save 5% on your order by using the coupon code GoldenNova at checkout while helping out the channel. It was also brought to you by my lovely patrons, including this month's illustrious Quasar Commanders, Upstairs Media, and the Critic of Innocence, Nebula Navigators, 3rd Dynasty, Ada Basilisk, Adam Zajdel, Ancient Wizard, Andrew Newman, Battle Axe, Charlie Mercury, Chibi Gohan, Christopher Fuss, Clockswork, Comrade, Eric, Frankie, Garland Chaos, Green Knight, Great Big Pillock, Groog, Hairbear, Harry the Ominous Benefactor, Iron Zero, Iskander 711, Carp, Marion James E. Picata, Meme King, Millennia Asta, Muse Clark, Neon Yaminair, Orozco 09096, Panther J, Pat Boos, Rebel King Lucifer, Red Eyes Jackalow, RJ the Jank Monarch, Sonic 21 Blast, That One Dumbass, Thievery Coast and the Wizard Moose, Cosmic Crusaders Ally Vatnia, Animasta, Anthorak, A Random Pup, Blade Runner 1034, Blaze Rider, Blitzwolf, Chaz Ghost, Christopher Fuss, again, Chris B, Cool Trainer Dark, Dr. Entity RIP, Eki Bullock, Edwin Perez, Eva Padilla, Herbal D, Inblink, J.A. Flair, Julian Marquez, Kale the Dragon, Lobomaru02, Manga Pages, Mr. Machina, Natiel Lee Alexander, Nicholas Murphy, Not Al Gore, Obsidian, Pombo, Rhyme Kairos, Rogue Wolf, Shizuka Nijimura, Simic Toadstool, Stepfin Huntsman, The Legendary Raven, The Queen of Time, The Gene, Tiger X2476, Zaldreka and Zentha, as well as all the wonderful Starlight Explorers you see on screen now. If you'd like to help me in my journey to cover all of Yu-Gi-Oh's archetypes, get my videos early, be a part of these credits and other awesome perks, it would mean the world to me if you would check out the link to my Patreon in the description or consider joining as a YouTube member.